Hi everybody, John here from Bite Size Cruises. Welcome back to our channel. Today we're going to be doing a tour of the beautiful Royal Caribbean Oasis of the Seas. So we're going to start things out with a little preview of what you might be seeing. This is the view while we're at Coco Cay. A little lightning in the background there. There's a little bit of the pool deck here. Up on deck 15. Little Central Park peak down there. Here's Central Park, which is just incredible. One place on the cruise ship where you truly cannot believe that you're on a cruise ship. Just wander around here. It's a great place just to sit and read a book and relax. Here's a little sneak peek at the Royal Promenade from up on deck 6, looking down on deck 5 there. Little peek back up at Central Park there through the windows. And then wandering down here through the boardwalk, which is aft on deck 6. See Playmakers Bar and Grill there on your right, which we'll get to in a little bit. And then here it is from outside of the port, the beautiful Oasis of the Seas. It is just a massive cruise ship. As you can see from Cape Liberty here in New Jersey. This is our team getting on the ship. When you get on the ship, you enter on deck 5, right outside the Bionic Bar. So when you walk in, you'll come right into the Royal Promenade, which is just crazy. This, of course, is the ridiculously interesting sailing under the Verrazano Bridge, which on an Oasis class ship is really nuts that you can actually fit under that bridge. It's incredible. So we're going to kick things off on the Royal Promenade here. This is on deck 5, which is not the first deck that has some things on it. Deck 3 and deck 4 also. Deck 3 has some conference rooms. Deck 4 has a lot on it, which we'll get into a little bit later. But deck 5 here, as we wander down the Royal Promenade, we kick things off with the Bionic Bar. I don't feel like you're going to spend a ton of time in the Bionic Bar. It's really interesting. I think it's one of those fun things that you do once while you're on the ship, but it is pretty cool to have a robot make your drink for you. As you wander down the promenade here, you will see there is just a wealth of shopping. Also, you're going to see these little binoculars in places. Those are called Small Wonders, and they have little pictures inside there, which are really cool all throughout the ship. As you continue to wander down the Royal Promenade here, we're going to take a look at Sorrento's, which is the onboard free pizza place on Royal Caribbean. Not the best pizza in the world, but it's good pizza. It's free. It's good free pizza. We hear that Alfredo's on Princess is amazing, but I haven't actually tried that, so we'll have to rate that once we're on there. But the pizza's good. You see also there are some soda machines here. If you have the soda package or the drink package, you get a little RF cup that you can put in there and you can make your own drinks, which is really fun. Sorrento's on the Oasis class ship is pretty big here. As you can see, this is early in the morning before they're open, but there is a ton of seating. And you can see you get in line here for pasta and pizza. And there is a decent amount of appetizers and pasta all throughout the day that you can get from there, which is really good. It's really nice to have a free option. Then you wander down the promenade here. The next thing up is the logo store. This is where you can get anything Royal Caribbean branded. So we usually get a model of the ship. For every ship that we're on, we get just some kind of little trinket with the Royal Oasis of the Seas or whatever ship it is logo on it. Next stop is Boleros, which is the Latin dance club. See again, one of those Small Wonders little binoculars there. And then inside here is really pretty. It's not the largest version of Boleros. The version on Anthem of the Seas is bigger, I feel like, which is odd, I guess, considering it's a smaller ship. But you don't need a much larger Latin club here because there are so many things to do on the ship that nothing really gets overly crowded other than a few of the shows like the Aqua Theater show and some of those things. But for the most part, this lounge is never super crowded. They do have Latin bands here at night, almost every night, and you can get some great drinks in here. As you can see, the bar's pretty big, and it is a big lounge. I mean, obviously, it seats a few hundred people. So on a ship of a few thousand people where there are just a ton of entertainment options, this is probably a really good size. But the one on Anthem is much, much bigger, which I find really interesting how they do some of those things. Again, this is where the band would play. Really cool decor there of the background with the streets in Cuba. It's very, very interesting. all the design elements are really, really cool in all of the different bars, lounges, and restaurants. Let's see here, they have the little old style car as well over there. That right there is the end of the Royal Promenade and the way down to deck 4, where you have the entrance to the theater and to a bunch of other entertainment options, which we'll talk about later. One key tip, there are ATM machines here on the Royal Promenade. There are also ATM machines in the casino, obviously. You don't need cash for much on the ship. You can use it in the casinos, and you can use it to tip. So you don't really need cash. You use your CPass card more than anything else. So here's the Spotlight Karaoke Lounge, which is a very big size, as you can see inside here. They do have some contests during the week where you can do karaoke contests. That door straight ahead also is the entrance to the private karaoke lounge, where you could rent a private room and just have your team or your friends in there with you to do karaoke in private. If you're a little shy and don't want to sing in front of everyone else, they also broadcast that out onto the promenade there too. So if you're feeling a little shy and just want to sing in private, you could do that as well. Just a good little tip there, something else for you to check out. Here's the rest of the shopping. As you go down, you'll see there is a little sunglass and perfume shopping option there. You see their port merchants, where they have just your a lot of candy and little things, and then all your liquor. And then as we get down here, our next little stop is going to be the Globe and Atlas, which is the British pub on board. Again, not a huge venue, but decent size, especially for the amount of people on the ship. Little tip there, that little giant globe up there, that opens on party nights and parade nights, and a little stage will unfurl there and connect to that light post that I'm pointing at. You can't see me pointing, which is even funnier. And then inside the British pub here, you'll see does have a lot of seating. They have all your favorite British beers on tap in there, as well as all your favorite drinks. And there is some live entertainment in here every night of your cruise. They have somebody playing guitar over in the corner here, which is really great. Just another great option if you're wandering around the ship and just want to stop and listen to some music. It's really nice to check it out. As we wander down here, you can see up on the 6th floor there's space for a band, which is anytime they're having a party or a theme night, there will be a band up there playing music. Here is the little island market where you can get things for stopping at Coco Cay or any of your other beach towns. And then the Promenade Cafe, which you can see is pretty jumping here early in the morning. They have coffee, pastries, they have grab-and-go items all day during your cruise. This is all included unless you get one of the fancy coffees or boozy coffees in the back. Those are obviously not included. And then this is going to wind right into guest services, which is pretty large for the ship here. And there are obviously a ton of people on board and a ton of people that run into any number of issues or have questions. They can come down here to guest services at any time. And then wrapping up this side of the Royal Promenade is the Regalia Watch Store. So if you hit it big down in the casino, you can come up here and buy your favorite Tag or Omega watch. Or even a Rolex. If you hit it really big down there, you can get yourself a Rolex or a pre-owned Rolex, which is really nice. The last thing here on Deck 5 that you'll see on this side is the Voom internet stand. The internet on the ship was great for our sailing. We had no issues. It's obviously still internet on a cruise ship, so it's not the same as on land, but it was very good for what we needed it for. This next stop here is the Rising Tides Bar. It is now up on the 8th floor. But when it is up there, they have this little fountain that goes, which is really cool. And the Rising Tides Bar will come down over the course of 45 minutes, and it pretty much does one of these sailings every 30 or 45 minutes, I believe. So, and you have to get it up on the 8th floor on Central Park, which is really cool. As you come down here, you also see that car in the middle of the Royal Promenade, which you'll see one of those on every promenade on every Royal Caribbean ship. We're now going to wander up to Deck 6. As you wander up here, if you go to your left, you're going to see the Shore Excursions desk, as well as the photo studio. Both of these are pretty self-serve at this point. You have a little kiosk where you can check things out, pick up your pictures, or get an excursion. You can also ask people. There are people there during the day that can assist you as well and upsell you on things, of course. And then on the left side up here is the next cruise desk, where you can book your next fantastic cruise. And then also the schooner bar, which is an old-time favorite on all of the Royal Caribbean ships. So the schooner bar is where they do live piano entertainment and sing-alongs every night, and you can get great drinks. And you can see this one's pretty large as well. It really has that old school cruise Royal Caribbean vibe to it, which is very cool. Now we're going to stay on deck 6 and head to the back of the ship, to the boardwalk. As you walk in, you're going to see that they have these handmade horses that they hand carve for the carousel, which is really amazing. And they show various stages of making of the carousel, which is really, really cool. And again, just a really nice feature on these Oasis class ships, where just a ton of things where it's unbelievable that you're actually on a cruise ship. On the left side here, you're going to see the doghouse. That is free. You can get hot dogs, sausages, and those type of things at any point during the day. They also have toppings like chili and sauerkraut as well. You're going to see the carousel in front of you there. On the left, you're going to see Sugar Beach, which is a little bit of an upsell. It's candy by the pound. They also have ice cream sundaes there for, I think it's $7.50 or $7.95, one or the other. But that is open during all of the days, obviously when you're not in port and we're at sea. And then as we wander down the boardwalk, you'll see that there is another store here, a little beach shop where you can get sunglasses and sun tanning things and hats. And again, there's just a ton of shopping on board, which is really great if you're missing something. Obviously, you're going to pay a premium for certain things, but it is nice that they do have those available. See Johnny Rockets here, again, old favorite on all of the Royal Caribbean ships. It is a la carte extra cost, but if you have the unlimited dining package, you can get it at no cost. Here's the end of the Ultimate Abyss slide, which comes down from the 15th floor. It is a dry slide, so you can do that at any time. That was a blast. And then we wind over here, and we're going to look up to deck 7, where you're going to see the rock climbing wall. There are 2 rock climbing walls, one on this side and one on the other side of the ship. We're going to take a peek up, and you're going to see some people rock climbing, which is really cool. It is pretty massive. You see the amazing Aqua Theater suites over there on your right, which have just enormous balconies, which are really, really cool. And if you actually get to the top of this, it's got to be pretty scary because you're up around deck 13 or so, so you're about 130 feet off the ground if you hit the top of that left rock climbing wall there, which is pretty amazing. Here's the Aqua Theater. There were no Aqua Theater shows while we were on board. They were canceled, but we did get to see some practice. So even though they weren't performing the full show, they were doing some practice run-throughs, and you can see just how talented the staff is, even though they're all not in uniform, which is, again, pretty cool. You get to see a little behind-the-scenes action here. And they did this twice during the cruise, so they did give people an opportunity to get to see, I would say, pretty much most of the show, which was pretty amazing. And you can see people dive. The Aqua Theater is just incredible. You can see how big it is. They do show funny videos and stuff at the back here all day. We could see this from our balcony in our room. We were up on the 17th floor, and it looks down into this area. Here's the other side of the deck 6 there. You see Playmakers, which is, again, an additional cost, but they do have some really cool food options there. They have some great desserts, and they have nachos, typical bar food, sports bar food. And it's a great place to just watch. We were there for the Kentucky Derby. We had fun little Kentucky Derby outfits. And they do show a lot of sporting events that you normally wouldn't see in your room on the TV, which is very limited. Now we're going to head into Central Park. Again, this is just it's something just incredible on a cruise ship where you're walking through and it just doesn't seem real that this is on a ship. These are all live plants. There are 12,000 live plants on this deck. And as you walk through, it just feels like you're strolling through Central Park. Plenty of spots to eat. The Park Cafe here is free grab and go for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And coffee, it's a great place in the morning. Just grab a cup of coffee and relax and sit down and read a book. There is a Central Park library here, which is really cool. You can pick up a book. They also have daily trivia in there. There's a Tiffany store. Actually, it was weird. Halfway through our cruise, that Tiffany sign came down, so I don't know if they're taking that out. But there was a Tiffany store there when we got on the ship. There's also a John Hardy store there. And the Central Park was where a lot of the restaurants are. This is Vintages, which is the wine bar. We stopped here a few nights and had a bottle of wine before dinner. And then you wind through and you'll see Giovanni's Table and Chops Grill and 150 Central Park, which are the restaurants in Central Park on the 8th floor here. They're all specialty dining restaurants. All of them were amazing. We did another dining review, which you should check out. This is the pool deck, which is just enormous. There are so many pools, so many hot tubs. You got some water slides. You have the 2 racer slides there. You also have the champagne little slide there where you wrap around and go around in circles. Here's the 2 racer slides. We did try all the slides. They were really fun. The lime and the coconut bar, there are a few of these on the pool deck as well. They do have signature drinks there. And you can see just the amount of spaces to sit. It's really nice still being on these cruise ships where there's not 100% occupancy. You can see you don't have as many chair hogs and people stealing all the chairs. Here's the other slide to you with the little champagne swirl there. The Perfect Storm, which is really fun. And then you can see the pool deck is never really crazy crowded during our sailing, which was really, really, really nice. And we had great weather for the most part. So here another iteration of the lime and coconut bar there. The lime and coconut drink is really good. We also get our signature lava flows. Here's Portside Barbecue, an additional upcharge if you want to try some barbecue. We tried it. It was very, very good. If you have the unlimited dining package, it's also included. Here is Oasis Dunes, the little mini golf course on the ship, which is really, really nice. It's fun to just go in there. Key tip, the golf balls are not real golf balls. They're very light. Keep that in mind when you're golfing. Fun little thing to do during the day if you are bored. This is going to wrap you around the back of the ship where the 2 flow riders are. One is for boogie boards. As you can see our team here doing the boogie board. One is for surfing on the other side, which is really cool. And you see the entrance to the Ultimate Abyss slide up here. That is the dry slide that goes all the way down to the boardwalk on deck 6, which is a ton of fun. It's very fast. Get in that bad boy and you are down. So that's the sport court there. We see people playing soccer and basketball. Other side of the pool deck, deck 15 here is the Solarium. As you see, we were docked at Coco Cay next to the beautiful Freedom of the Seas. Shout out to Brandon, the weekend cruiser, who we did not see at Coco Cay. But the Solarium has a bunch of these pools as well as giant cantilevered hot tubs. And there is the Solarium Bistro in here as well, which does have some free food throughout the day, a little healthier options for breakfast, lunch, and dinner that you can grab. And just great places to sit. This is not completely covered. It is open, but it is an awesome spot to just hang out, even in the evening. We were lucky enough to be in a Crown loft suite, so we do have some footage here of the suite sun deck, which is really, really nice. Wraps around the top of the Crown there on the 17th floor. As you can see, this is on the opposite side of the ship where the actual suites are. So you do have to walk around the opposite side of the ship, but it's a beautiful view, as you can see down here into Central Park. And you get a really fun look at the slides. And it's a great spot to just people watch and see everybody throughout the ship, which is really, really cool. And it wraps around the entire front of the ship there, which is pretty awesome. Again, you can see how big the Oasis class ship is next to the Freedom of the Seas. There are these little cabanas up on the suite deck as well, and I'm assuming these are first come, first serve, but they are really nice as well, and you can kind of pack some of your family and friends in there. Which have a little quieter option. It is above the Solarium, so you are in a little private space, which is nice. As you wander throughout the suite deck here, and you see the beautiful sights around Coco Cay, which is Just beautiful. That'll bring you back to the suite lounge. This is on the other side. It's the back of the ship. So now we're on the suite deck. If you go into the suite lounge here, you're going to see two things. One, there's a concierge service here, little concierge desk, and they're very nice. And then it's going to take you around where you see there are some really food and drink options almost 24/7. You can come in here and grab coffee, cappuccinos, any kind of lattes, your drink machines with iced tea and waters throughout the day, some little fruit and cookie options in the morning and the evening, and then regular food here during the day. You can see all the other ships. This is Nassau Day, so all the other cruise ships are there. This is the suite lounge, so this is open to anyone in a junior suite or higher. And then it's also going to be open to Pinnacle members. There's a bar in the middle here. On the other side of the bar, you're going to walk into Coastal Kitchen, which is really the same room as the suite lounge, just another option. And here's our team saying goodbye with our sail away drink, the Lava Flow with a shot of Kraken. Once again, thank you guys so much for checking out our video. We will see you guys on the next one. Thanks so much for checking out Bite Size Cruises.